What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Zoop here, and today we're taking a look at the upcoming Tier 8 Premium IJN Destroyer Yukikaze. Before I talk about the attributes of this ship, I want to cover some of its history, including why we're even getting this Kagero Class destroyer. First and foremost, this ship is a work in progress, and all stats are subject to change. Further note, please ignore the fact my ship is buck naked. I didn't have my camouflage auto-replenish, and that resulted in this round. Fortunately, it only affected my concealment by 0.1 kilometers, so not a big loss. Let's talk about why we're getting this ship. Apparently, there's a Chinese side-scroller you might have heard of called Azur Lane. In this game, there are anthropomorphic ships that battle kind of like Mega Man style. If you're wondering what the hell anthropomorphic means, I was a little confused myself. I actually had to look it up. Apparently it means, quote, in the context of Japanese popular culture, the quality in a fictional female character of being youthfully innocent and vulnerable in an idealized way, perceived as eliciting feelings of affection or protectiveness. Yeah, I'm sitting here staring in blank disbelief right now. Picture me doing that Nathan Fillion meme. Anyhow, some of you are into this stuff, so I'm not going to judge. And I'm sure this is a big reason you might be interested in this ship. For those of you not into anime or Azur Lane, you might be more of a historical buff. In that case, Yukikaze has significance because it was the only Kagero Class destroyer to survive the war. She was one of 19 of the class. After the war, she was transferred to the Chinese Navy as part of war reparations and named Tan Yang. She served from 1948 to 66, finally being scrapped in 1970. Yukikaze lasted a lot longer than most IJN ships. For the IJN in World War II, Yukikaze was at most of the significant battles including Midway, Leyte Gulf, and the Philippine Sea. She was there when the aircraft carrier Shinano was sunk and survived Operation Tengo where Yamato was sunk. So prolific in Japan was the Yukikaze, she was nicknamed the Miracle Ship, or the Unsinkable Ship. And now, Yukikaze, a ship of much interest, has made its way into World of Warships. I'm going to spend a fair amount of time comparing this ship to Kagero, because both ships are indeed very similar. This will actually be an easy comparison because both ships are almost exactly identical. Both have 15,100 hit points. Well, the B-hull Kagero does, which will be the basis for this comparison. Both ships have three 127mm guns with a base range of 9.41 kilometers. Both ships have a top speed of 35 knots and a 6.84 base concealment, which can go as low as 5.4 kilometers. So wait, how exactly is the Yukikaze not a clone of the Kagero? Because both of them seem exactly alike right now, don't they? Well, the one big difference between the two ships lies in the torpedoes. Kagero is armed with Type 93 Mod 2s with a speed of 67 knots and a range of 10 kilometers. Yukikaze is armed with Type F3 torpedoes, which are 76 knots with a range of 8 kilometers? Yeah, so there's your difference. It's in the torpedoes. If you decide on the Yukikaze, you gain 9 blazing knots of speed, making them among the fastest in the game, but you lose 2 kilometers of torpedo range. 2 whole kilometers. Now let's talk about that. Tier 8 is hard enough for any ship as it is. It's even harder for a destroyer now with carriers and radar. 10-kilometer torpedoes are hardly comfortable, but they are indeed workable. 8-kilometer torpedoes are a challenge. Now on to one last final difference between the two ships that is huge. Both ships have DCP, smoke, and speed boost consumables. Wait, hold up. Did I say that Yukikaze has speed boost? Yukikaze does not have speed boost. You only have 2 consumables on the Yukikaze. That is 1 less than the Kagero. You don't have speed boost. You've got smoke and you've got repair. This is kind of a baffling omission in my mind, and it doesn't help you whatsoever. Not being able to escape anything, especially when the game is laden with radar, airplanes, and when you have to get up close to use torpedoes. Let's not forget hydroacoustics. Yes, it's very tough, and if you don't have the means to get away, that speed boost, which helps just a tiny little bit, that's a big detriment to this ship. Yukikaze is the version of Kagero where you select the highest difficulty level at the start of your campaign. I mean, she's workable, but you have to play her like a super ninja assassin and wait for the right moment. And that moment is highly map dependent and might never ever present itself. Because of this, Yukikaze will give you a lot of low scoring rounds punctuated by a high scoring round every now and then. Personally, I'm a little surprised that there is so little to set this ship apart from the Kagero. Give us something extra. Torpedo reload boost would set this ship apart, and I'm a little surprised it's not offered in this current iteration. If that were added, it might make this ship a little more appealing. As the ship currently stands though, it seems like its addition is only to capitalize off of Azur Lane fans and a smattering of players that like the unique history of this ship. Without changes, I personally would not rush out to play this ship, especially at tier 8 with 8km torpedoes. Perhaps we will see some changes though. Let me know what you think about this ship. Also be sure to subscribe for more ship previews and the latest news in World of Warships. Zoop out.